crisis in Manipur has taken another critical turn. Conrad Sangma's National People's Party has withdrawn its support from the ruling alliance led by CM Biren Singh. The NPP has cited the government's failure to restore normalcy and expressed deep concern over the continued violence and unrest in the state. Now the NPP's exit has raised questions about the stability of the coalition government. There is widespread civil unrest, sporadic violence, and a deteriorating security situation. Afspa has been imposed in 7 districts of Manipur, and calls for CM Biren Singh's resignation have only grown stronger. So will CM Biren Singh's resignation solve the Manipur crisis? News9 Plus Decodes. First, let us understand, how did it come to this? What brought Manipur to the very brink of collapse? The roots of the present crisis in Manipur can be traced back to the long-standing ethnic tensions between the Meitei, who constitute about 53% of the state's population, and the tribal Kuki and Naga communities, who occupy the hill districts. This conflict flared up in May 2023, after the Manipur High Court's decision to consider scheduled tribe status for the Meitei community, leading to widespread protests by the Kukis, who viewed it as an attempt to encroach upon their rights and land. The situation quickly escalated into violent clashes, resulting in the deaths of over 200 people and displacing more than 60,000 individuals from their homes. Entire villages were burned down, and thousands of people were forced to flee to relief camps. Both communities have suffered heavily, with over 350 churches destroyed in predominantly Christian Kuki areas and numerous Meitei temples and properties vandalized in retaliation. And Manipur became divided along ethnic and tribal lines. The security situation has only deteriorated with the involvement of militant groups such as the Arambai Tengol and the Meitei Lepun, both allegedly linked to the ruling establishment. Brutalities including arson, targeted killings, and the use of heavy firearms have unfortunately become commonplace. The central government has deployed additional paramilitary forces to control the situation. However, violence has continued sporadically. So what are the reasons behind the calls for Biren Singh's resignation? As violence and political instability grew, opposition parties, civil society groups, and even members of the ruling coalition have demanded CM Biren Singh's resignation. They allege that Singh has failed to address the violence and that his administration has shown a clear bias. Singh's alleged association with militant outfits like the Arambai Tengol, which have reportedly been involved in attacks against Kuki villages, has complicated his position as a neutral leader who can bridge the divide. The NPP's withdrawal from the ruling alliance is a direct reflection of the growing calls for Singh's resignation. So will Biren Singh's resignation help the situation? It remains uncertain whether Biren Singh will resign voluntarily. Singh has been adamant that he is crucial in maintaining the state's territorial integrity and preventing the fragmentation of Manipur. However, withdrawal of support from key allies like the NPP might eventually force his hand. But even if Singh does resign, it is unlikely to resolve the complex issues facing Manipur overnight. A new administration might bring a temporary lull in violence, but without addressing the underlying grievances of both the Meitei and Kuki communities, sustainable peace will remain elusive. There is also the fear that removing Singh might create a power vacuum, leading to further instability and emboldening militant groups from both sides. The ongoing conflict also presents significant concerns for the Indian state as a whole. The ethnic violence can potentially spill over into neighboring states. Moreover, the increasing involvement of armed groups and the militarization of the conflict threatens India's internal security. A comprehensive dialogue involving all stakeholders, robust peace-building measures, and a fair political settlement are essential steps towards long-term stability in the region.